Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to George Daniel Field and tonight's Lorain High Fall Senior Night. First, we're going to meet the cross-country seniors. We have Jamarcus Evans, being escorted by mother Desiree Shores, Ivan Shores, brother Josh Evans, dad Marcus Evans, and Leslie Evans. The next cross-country senior, Miguel Wilson, being escorted by Uncle Armando Ortiz, Aunt Susie Ortiz, Sister Maribella, and Cousin Ezra. The next senior representing the soccer team is Karen Gallegos. Karen is being escorted by Mother Anaya Garcia and Father Jamie Gallegos. The next senior soccer player is Yadira Maciel, being escorted by grandmother Margarita Figueroa, Uncle Homoel Chavez, and brother Diego Maciel. The next senior representing the volleyball and athletic training, Nakia Herman. Nakia is being escorted by teammate Natalie Patterson, brother Martise, and boyfriend Jacob. Next up, representing the volleyball and athletic training, Janasia Nelson Riley. She's being escorted by mother Nakia Riley, sister Jesharia Riley, and Desiree and friends. Next, representing athletic training for football, Jada Noel McCall. Jada is being escorted by mother Melissa Martinez, father Dax McCall, sister Sierra Torres, sister Janisa McCall, grandmother Lucy Ramos, and nephew Josiah. Next, representing the football team, Richard Davila. Richard is being escorted by Father Richard and Mother Teresa Davila. The next senior representing the football team, Ryan DiBernardo. Ryan is being escorted by Mother Margaret and Father Steve DiBernardo and Sister Kristen. Next, the senior football player is Ethan Lopez, being escorted by Mother Lori and Father Johnny Lopez, along with Sister Sierra Avalos and brother-in-law Jesse Avalos. The next senior is Zeta Martinez, being escorted by Father Luis Martinez, Mother Yanis Maldonado, Sister Aliciana Martinez, and Sister Valentina Martinez. The next senior football player is Owen Slaughter. Owen is being escorted by Mother Geneva Slaughter, Avery Thomas, Sister Angel Slaughter, Aunt Crystal Green, Aunt TJ Russell, Grandfather Lane Coons, Teacher Kelly Bauer, and Nate Crawford. Next, we have TJ Williams, being escorted by Coach Creel. Our next and final football player is Reese Perez, being escorted by Father Reese, Mother Sarah, Brother Caleb, grandparents Sylvia and Jim, Uncle Raul Samaria. And our senior cheerleader for the evening is Deja Washington, escorted by Mother Minnie, Dad Lavelle, Sister Naya, and Layla.
Lorain City Schools proudly present the 2022 edition of the Lorain High School Titans Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of Lorain High School alma mater, and please remain standing for the presentation of colors and the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the south end of George Daniel Field. To honor America, please stand for the presentation of our nation's colors by the Lorain High School Titans Battalion Army Junior ROTC Cadet Color Guard. The color guard tonight consists of Cadet Private Cortez, Cadet Private Garcia, Cadet Private Morales, Cadet Private Marrero, Cadet Private Rabarsic. The Titans Battalion Color Guard is commanded by Cadet First Sergeant Mosier. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem by the Lorain High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Theodore Terhune. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to George Daniel Field, home of the Lorain High Titans. Lorain City Schools, the Superintendent, Board of Education, Principal, and Booster Club of Lorain High School would like to extend to each of you a very cordial welcome. We are pleased that you're here this evening to enjoy this exciting contest. Lorain High School and Shaw High School are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with member schools. The athletes in this game are friendly rivals. While play may be fierce, all in attendance are reminded this is a game between youngsters and that sporting behavior is expected by all. The officials assigned to this game have been selected and assigned according to procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Lake Erie League Conference. The officials for tonight's game are referee Joe Horzacco, umpire Lou Battaglio, head linesman David Peel, line judge Kendrick Jackson, and back judge Rick Dovrak. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shaw Cardinals.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Lorain High Titans!
Good evening and welcome to George Daniel Field. Jay Ferguson, Tom Bauer here, along with Parker Kapranica on the sideline to bring you the finale of the 2022 football season. Tom?
Yep, this is a nice night for football. Lorain is in the playoffs. We know that. Now the game tonight will be for like seeding. See where you get seeded.
Lorain, the possibilities for Lorain are anywhere from 10 to 15.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
It is possible depending on how other games come out.
And obviously, the higher you go, the lower the team you have to play next week. So
if you're 10th, you play the 7th seed. If you're 15th, you play the 2 seed.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference in opponent. And for Shaw, it's win to get in.
I think they're eliminated. I think
are they?
I think I read on
okay.
On someone I read they were eliminated.
Parker, where you at, bud? Okay, Shaw is going to receive at the end to our north.
Kicking off the Titans will be number 20, Reggie Johnson.
You know, one thing about playing a Shaw, they're light in numbers, but they usually have very good athletes, especially their specialty people.
Well, what I noticed in looking at their roster was they only had 6 kids who weighed 200 pounds or better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are very light. Reggie Johnson will put foot into ball from the south end of the field. The whistle blows, and here we go. Spinning kick hits at the 10 and is going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. Snuck it inside the pylon. I don't think he tried to do that.
If he could do that every single time, put him on the 20 and let's play football.
Titans will start on defense. I see. Let's set as many as we can. Tremaine Suttle, Luke Wilson up front, along with number 90, Julius Manning. Ball is at the 20. You can't beat a kickoff that goes into the end zone in high school because it's dead. Shaw comes out in the fully loaded gun. Number 6, Malik Kansier is the QB. Yeah. Snap back give straight ahead. Ran through contact for a couple yards.
He did. He kept his legs driving, and he got about 4 yards after the initial contact.
That was number 23, DeMarco Clark. He is in the backfield along with, I cannot see the number on the near back. Whoops.
Well,
That was the cadence. That was Lorain High jumped, I believe. Yep. So instead of 2nd and 6, it's going to be 2nd and 1. 17, Janelle Garrett is the other running back. The linebackers for Lorain, 23, Jeremiah Lopez, 33, Noah Smith are the two inside guys. We'll get the backs in a minute. Snap back, give straight ahead. First down and little more.
I do see one wrinkle. I'm sure they've scouted Shaw on huddle and seen that they are with two running backs besides the quarterback. They've put another defensive lineman in there. They got 4 linemen on the defense to stop this running game.
Corner on the near side, Tylen Taylor. Inside of him, Jabron Smith, number 10. I don't know how much we'll see Salmon on defense tonight with banged up a little bit. There's a running play that stopped at the line. I think that's big Julius Manning made that play, number 90. Far side, Hyro Williams, number 1. Number 32, Avery Martin for Lorain. Hyro is a freshman, or sophomore. Avery is a freshman.
They're giving some big cushions to those wide receivers.
And it's empty backfield now on 2nd and a long 10. Snap back, throw. Short crossing pattern, making a move and getting to the sticks before shoved out of bounds. Noah Buchanan, 12, made the play. Taking the hit on the sideline was one of the Titans who wasn't watching. That'll move the sticks right at the 41, 1st and 10. So back-to-back first downs to start the game. And Cancer is 1 out of 1. And that's what their passing game looked like in warm-ups, was a lot of crossing stuff and underneath stuff to get their athletes in space.
And they're back to the loaded gun again, so.
Nowhere to go that time, but still moving the stick maybe for a yard is Clark. When they unstack there, 58, Cameron Sledge was right in the middle of things. Somebody lost a hand warmer. The wide receiver is going to take it and throw it over to the sideline. Come back to get, it was the running back, number 3, Alandi Gilbert. 2nd down and 9. There's a bubble screen, and if they saw last week, they're gonna be on their screen game. That was Gilbert, and he got ahead for about 7 to the 49.
That was that cushion I mentioned. You may not be able to give that big of a cushion.
Going to be 3rd and 2, right at the 49 as the Cardinal on the move. Cardinal 2-7, just like the Titans, but the Cardinal haven't won since the 3rd week of the season. Cancer gets the signal, checks the wristband.
Readjusting that formation. And that sets Jabron Smith
straight ahead. Bouncing it outside. Got the corner. That's Garrett. Garrett, a big gain down the sideline inside the 35. And to the 34, it's going to be 1st and 10. Now, this is not something we saw out of Shaw last year. I don't think they made a first down in the first half of the game last year. They're coming in very well prepared for this. First and 10 at the 34. They set the.
Now they break it. They're waiting until Lorain sets a defense, and then they're readjusting their offense.
Well, straight ahead give. Inside the 20, that's DeMarco Clark. There's nothing fancy here.
Wow. You would think the strength of Lorain's defense is over those two big defensive linemen with Luke and Julius up there.
Whistling the.
Oh, yeah, he's all the way to the end zone.
You can't hardly be more offsides than that. Tom, you are correct that Shaw is mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, according to Joe Eitel. And Joe hasn't been wrong in a number of years, so we'll go with that. Three receivers to the near side on 1st and 15, but they're going to give it again straight ahead. They've done the same thing. That was Noah Buchanan crashing in from the outside along with the middle of the line. 92, Tremaine Suttle. So gain of maybe 2, 2nd and 14.
Now you got to come up on those wide receivers because you know it's going to be a passing down for the next 2 downs.
And he throws it. He wants it all over.
Intercepted.
Picked off. That's Hyro Williams with the pick in the end zone. He played it just like the wide receiver he is.
Yeah. It's nice to have a defensive back with hands.
Well, what they were trying to do, Hyro is quick as a bug, but he's only about 5'6". And they were looking to throw it over him, and he just high-pointed the ball that might have been a little bit underthrown. It looked like it was thrown right toward him. Good vision on the play. He got the hips turned and was reading the pattern. So the Titans will come on offense for the first time. Lopez will be the wing back. Solomon is in the backfield with Chase Davis, number 9. Snap back, and this is John Solomon straight ahead. 10, out across the 35 to the 38.
Yeah.
Credit the left side of the line there.
Oh, the nice little trap. Yeah.
Evan Rurkovic and Shane Ramey rolling.
Beautiful trap on that play.
Williams in motion. They come behind the motion. Solomon again. He's going to have another first down across the 50.
More.
Inside the 40, inside the 35, delivering a blow to number 9, whose name we don't have.
Yeah, guys, expect a very heavy dose of John Solomon today. The back is a little bit over 1,100 yards, and as I was watching warm-ups, that was all they were practicing was handoffs to John Solomon.
Yeah.
Timeout, Shaw.
They're gonna have
there is an animated head coach for the Shaw Cardinal out on the field at about the 43-yard line. He's saying, we knew this was coming.
Yeah, that's why he's animated, because they worked against Slopping Solomon all practice. The all practice week, but I know of the lineup in the Lorain County, John Solomon is number 4 in the county. So
he's had quite a year.
Yes, he has. And a couple injuries let him not play the second half.
Right, he didn't play the second half last year. I mean, he's got 45 yards on 2 carries right now, because we started at the 20 on the touchback, and we're at the 35. So, Davis, the QB. Over the ball, Tyler Fogo.
Now, Lorain runs that little fake the jet sweep. Eventually, they're going to have to hand that jet sweep off.
Here it comes again, and they fake it and go behind it. Solomon, 10, 15, 16, down inside the 20. Let's see where they mark him, but another first down. So if you're scoring at home, that's 60 yards and 3 carries. Gee, what do you think they might do here, Tom? See how they feel about number 5. An old friend of ours, Gene Kennedy, would say you run it until they stop it.
I was going to give you a T. King quote here.
There it is again, 5. He only got 7 that time. They're figuring it out. Down to the 13.
T. King always said when you got a big gun, you got to shoot it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Got to let the big dogs eat. That's what I used to say on the sidelines for basketball. Get the ball to your hot player.
Yeah. Yeah. Fake it to somebody, but get it to your shooter. Yeah.
2nd and 4. Straight ahead again. Salmon tripped over the 11, down inside the 10 to the 9. That'll move the sticks. Okay, now Coach Creel's got 2 coaches signaling in the plays. He lets them do that. And I'm kind of thinking that if they do anything but hand it to John here, that he might run down there and tackle somebody.
I can see them going wide right one of these times, too. They ran up the middle every single time.
And again, Salmon to the house.
That's 80 yards and 5 carries.
Yes, it is. Is that any good? So John Salmon puts a capper on that with 5:43 to go. From 9-yard run for Mr. Salmon. He adds 80 to his 1,161 that he started the game. Reggie Williams in to attempt the extra point. Boy, that was his right down Broadway. I watched Reggie warm up for a while tonight. So the Titans defense bends but holds, takes the ball away, and offense takes the turnover and goes 80 yards on 5 running plays. Parker, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, that's kind of what we expected coming in tonight. John Salmon has been hot the entire year, and on a Shaw team with not the most defensive line depth, I'd expect to see that for the rest of the game.
Well, as we said, 28 on the roster, and only 6 of them are 200-pounders. Yeah. So I think we can do some leaning on them there, and I think that that's pretty much been the tale. We did check. I don't know if you heard me say, we did check, and Shaw has been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, according to Joe Itel. So,
I got this one here, right here. Yeah. They're with Brookside Vermillion and that group.
So 7-0 Lorain. 5:43 to go first quarter. Reggie Williams will kick it again. The last time he put it just inside the pylon for a touchback.
I expect him to kick some high boomers too.
Well, the wind is blowing.
Yeah. His way.
Another line drive spinner. That one's not going to make it. It's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah. That may be his attempt to kick it into that corner.
Well, the question is with it spinning that way, is lining him up on the hash mark where you want him.
No, I would put him dead middle. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see him kick off every day, so I don't know. But that'll take the ball to the 35, and Shaw go on offense for the 2nd time. Let's see if the Titan defense has figured things out. Nice tight line splits by the Shaw offensive line, Tom.
Yeah, I think they're ankle to ankle.
Yeah. High snap, brought down.
Wow.
Oh, hello. Oh, he got rid of it, though. That was a heck of a play by the quarterback.
I thought he was sacked for at least 6 or 7
He handed
yards.
it off to Clark, who only lost 2, but he had to go up and field that thing, brought it down kind of with one hand, and was able to hand it off with a big dose of Julius Manning on his back. Julius tried to grab them both. So 2nd down and 12.
That's a new position for Manny, standing up and that rush end there.
Same back. That's Clark. No gain that time. That was well diagnosed.
I like they're playing a little better defense this series.
Subtle was in there, along with Manning and Jeremiah Lopez. So 3rd and 11. After the score, now you'd love to get a 3 and out here.
See, I see Noah Smith on the other side, so they have those ends coming hard.
Well, Noah's one of the inside backers who's moved out onto the wing back almost, it looks like.
But he's putting heat on the quarterback.
There's the in pattern for a catch, giving ground and not making a first down. Nice peel back play there by Cameron Sledge, and it's 4th and 2. You're 2-7. You're eliminated from the playoffs. It's week 10.
Yeah.
Why not?
So maybe everywhere is 4-down territory.
They bring in, I won't say an extra lineman. They bring in a 5th lineman. They are they? No, they're balanced.
Yeah.
Trips to the far side. I'd be looking for either a jet sweep or a quarterback draw. Now they bring Clark back into the backfield. Now they load the backfield as Gilbert's back there. And it's Clark.
And
he's
they held
in
him.
The backfield.
They held him.
First down Titans at the 41. Jeremiah Lopez, Manning, and Luke Wilson right in the middle of that one. And the Titans hold and take over on downs. So
we're going to see what counter play that the Titans will put on, because they can't run John Solomon every single play.
Where does it say that?
Can they?
Where does it say that? Guess who's in the backfield with Chase Davis? Well, so far they have. Nice cut by Salmon. He's down inside the 30. He just housed somebody.
Yes.
DeLon Bush got Salmon for lunch. Holding on the Titans. It's going to come back, though. Didn't see where the flag came from.
I don't even see where it landed, so it had to be in the interior line, though. I didn't see anybody downfield.
Well, it's going to be a couple yards downfield, so it's going to turn into a loss of 9 instead of a gain of 12. But Mr. Bush will remember that play, even though it didn't count. It hurt. Noah Buchanan out wide to the far side, along with Tylen Taylor and Hyro Williams. Wing back to the near side. That's Noah Smith. They fake the jet sweep, and Salmon just runs up behind it. He's going to have the first down and a lot more. John Salmon's inside the 20. $31 on that carry puts Salmon over 100 on 6 carries.
Wow.
And you said we can't keep doing that?
I didn't say we couldn't, but you wonder why they have to come up with a little counter somewhere.
Titans give Salmon a chance to catch his breath. Here comes Hyro. And same play. Salmon straight ahead, inside the 10, inside the 5, down at about the 3. Let's call it the 4. Going to be 1st and goal. 16 on that carry. Going to make it 15. He'd put it at the 5. The question is, do you want to follow the right side or the left side, Tom? It looks like they might want to run right here. Big Noah Smith at wingback. He delivers some blows.
Yeah. They run some nice counters or some nice traps. This is a straight ahead.
Oh, he fell.
That's the
they
first.
They stopped him.
I
the
think
turf monster.
I just tripped over the 5-yard line.
His nebules gave out and he slipped. So loss of 2. Straight ahead, Solomon bounces it to the outside, gets down to about the 3 where he's corralled. Going to be 3rd down and goal from the 3.
So, there's a nice little sideline shot. That was a nice tackle from 23 for them, DeMarco Clark.
The running back.
Yeah.
Smith on the near wing now. 3 receivers to the wide side. Solomon straight ahead. To the house! Solomon and more Solomon.
This started at the 40, didn't it? So
the 41. So give him 121 yards in 2 drives. Reggie Williams on to attempt the extra point. Nice. That was nice hands by Chase Davis there. I think that snap was a little bit low.
Yeah.
Spot down kick good. You know, one of the things that I was talking to Coach Creel before the game, and we were watching Reggie warm up, and he said, I can't wait to see this kid with another year where he actually works on leg strength and form.
Well, he's a soccer player.
Yes.
How has the soccer team
He's the best player on the soccer team, the games I saw.
Okay.
And they had a decent season. They were just a little bit north of 500, I believe.
And they have soccer in the junior high. So and my granddaughter plays soccer for Firelands, and they played Lorain, 2 different Lorain teams, and both of the teams were well coached.
Yeah.
And and this is not junior high yet. This is bitty, but I can see a bright future.
Well, they had one team in the junior high. It was a combination of boys and girls. We were actually, Joe and I were supposed to do the game last night against Kirk Middle School, and Kirk couldn't get a bus, so they had to cancel the game.
Now, do some of the other junior highs do co-ed?
Yes.
Some do co-ed?
Reggie Williams, take 3, 51 seconds left. Titans by 14.
There's
That's just the high end over end down to the 5. Dropped, picked up. Uh-oh. Corner made. No way. Was that Reggie? It was. He doesn't have a lot of form on that, but he stood him up, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Look at the. Can we get a team photo of him?
Reggie Williams on the roster. Now, you know that things are always embellished on the roster. Reggie Williams is listed at 5'5", 130.
Yeah.
And he put a lick on. We'll see it again here.
That's why the kickoff is dangerous when you got athletes back there.
And the timing gets disrupted on your coverage when they drop it. Quick out pattern caught. Down the sideline, making a move, 1st down achieved. And out of bounds, and there's a flag. Now, I'm not sure.
Could it be a face mask?
It could. It most likely is something that happened with the tackle. Or a sideline warning. The ball looks to be 10 yards, so it looks like a 1st down. Face mask for Lorain. 5-yard variety. So that'll take it down inside the 40 to the 38. And on a long kickoff return in one play, Shaw's in really good field position, trailing 14-0. Canseer, single back, hands it off. That's Clark. And Noah Smith and the gang said that we're wise to this.
Yes.
Julius Manning. Luke was in there along with Sledge and Subtle. End of the first quarter, Tom.
Yeah.
14 for Lorain, nothing for Shaw. Shaw threatening, though. We'll be back with second quarter action after this timeout.
Middle school football teams, starting with the 7th grade team, coached by Adam Thompson, Dwayne Robinson, and Brian Joyner. And also our 8th grade team, coached by Scott Sherwood, Mark Greif, and Brian Pagan. These student athletes and coaches have worked extremely hard this season, and we're excited about the future of Lorain football with these youngsters. Let's give them a round of applause, your future Friday Night Light Titans.
Recognition for the middle school teams at Lorain High. The unified team, 1 7th grade, 1 8th grade team, Tom.
Yeah.
Parker, as we start the second quarter, anything you got down there for me?
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in on a little bit of the storyline heading into this game. So last year the Titans went into the game 0-9, and they came out with a 44-6 win. This year they come in at 2-7, and coming in it looks like we're headed down that similar path.
The Titans just laid out the sledgehammer to Malik Cancer. Cameron Sledge lowered the boom on the pump and go. Loss of about 7 will make it 3rd and 17. Cancer back in the backfield with Clark. 3 receivers to the wide side. Single one out here to the near side is DeLon Bush, number 18. He's the guy they tried to go to in the end zone. Bad snap.
Wow, that's
bad snap. Yeah. Julius Manning says,
yeah.
We got you here. You can't blame Cancer for trying to make a play, but he probably would have, hindsight being, fall on it and save 10 yards. Now it is 4th and a lot. They have to go to the 28-yard line of Lorain, and so they have 33 to go. 4th and 33. They're either lined up in short punt formation or
this looks like
it looks like a short punt formation. 1 step and a boot, spinning kick's going to hit right in the middle of the field and bounce sideways. Titans are going to get it at the 38. Giving Solomon a 62-yard field to work with.
I see that defensive line getting excited. It's always nice when you see some a real attitude coming out of your defensive line.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? As the year has gone on, we've picked up Cameron Sledge and Tremaine Suttle to add to that group, and they have really.
What grade is Julius Manning?
He's a junior.
And Luke
Wilson's a sophomore.
So you got some young people on that line.
Suttle is a junior, and Sledge is a junior. So they're all back. Timeout Shaw. And here's one of the issues you have when you have a short roster. You go from offense to defense, you've got a lot of the same guys, and they get tired and they want to blow, and you don't have it to give. One thing that always stands out when East Cleveland Shaw comes to town
is the
marching Cardinal Band.
Yeah.
That is become legendary in these parts. They appeared in the Olympic parade in Beijing, China.
Yeah. I remember the band director they had was always in a 3-piece suit, very, very dignified, very professional. And the dancing girls, the Shawettes, I think they call them.
Now we've got a tight end for one of the few times this year. This is number 6, Tracy Huff, on the near side, and they're not going to hand it to Salmon. They're going to throw it to him. They're not going to hand it to Salmon. They're going to throw it to him. And he's got a first down with the stiff arm across the 50. So Chase Davis gets in on the fun. You know, I don't know who we're going to play next week, but when they watch this film, what do you think they're going to be thinking?
Stop Solomon.
Yeah. 1st and 10 right at the 50. Throw again. Out pattern over here to Hyro.
And he got it. Yeah.
Right at the 38. Nice throw, nice catch, well timed. That's how they were doing it in the pregame with no defense. Beautiful throw and catch.
Chase also is in the county for his passing and touchdown pass receptions.
Little late movement by the chain crew there. Nobody notices those guys unless something wrong. They just come out here in all kinds of weather and do a heck of a job. I've done that job, so I can tell you it is thankless.
Especially if it's raining.
Or worse. And especially, it's not as bad now with turf. But when you used to have to slog across in the mud.
Been there, done that.
Hyro Williams. There's a flag.
A flag.
I don't know whether we had a man downfield or there was a hold, but it's going to come back.
Well, Lorain Titans have changed gears and went to their passing game. There was a hold.
Yeah. 1st and 20 might put him in a running down. Well, again, it was downfield a little ways. So it's going to be back to the 49. And it's going to be 1st and 19.
Yeah, this might be a running to Solomon up the middle.
One would think. Nope.
No, little pass.
Chase. Oh, that's underthrown, and that's picked. That got you back right there. That was DeLon Bush, who stepped in front of Hyro Williams, just like Hyro Williams stepped in front of DeLon Bush.
Paybacks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got you last, and Shaw will take over on the 36.
I've said this before, Shaw may only have 28 people on there, but usually they're mostly good athletes.
Well, and again, I mean, what they lack is size. They have all kinds of speed.
I see they
Taylor head up now on Bush. Straight ahead. Caught by the shoulder and wrenched down was Alante Gilbert.
Yeah, they've tightened up their cushions on the wide receivers a little bit. I don't know if that was just for that one play.
Well, I'm thinking that they're recognizing they can get some heat on the quarterback, and maybe they don't have to give as big a cushion. 9 guys, are up within 3 yards of the ball. Now they break the bone. High snap brought down again. Oh, he's got one, and it's going to go all the way. That is Janelle Garrett, and that is a 65-yard touchdown. Untouched is Garrett, and the Titans have a man down on top of things. He was as open as Denny's.
Yeah, down the middle. Some,
They sent 2 down the middle, and They didn't pick up the inside guy. So with 8:40 to go, a 65-yard pass to
We don't know who the down man is yet. We got a crew over there kind of working on him.
What I didn't see was whether or not they lined up to go for 2 or 1. As Woody would say, because you can't go for 3.
Hey, we're not playing the team from up north.
Okay.
That's
that
good.
Was Julius Manning.
Trotting off. That's
good to see.
Yeah.
So the field is clear. All 3 teams are in a meeting. The officials are huddled at the right at the 3-yard line. The 2 teams huddled around their coaches. Coach Watley, the defensive coordinator down there. Quickly running down Jalen Moore, a freshman taking Manning's spot on the defensive line as Shaw will line up and go for 2.
Yeah, I didn't see any warm-up. I didn't see any kicking at warm-up time, so.
The fences are so close on their home field, they're probably not allowed to kick. Give straight ahead. And he looked just short. Stopped there by 99, Luke Wilson. And 16, J.L. Diaz. So 14-6 as the run failed. And, Tom, there was everything you've been mentioning about Shaw is
athletes.
An athlete.
Yeah.
Okay. The athlete undercut the pass, made the interception, and then another one on the pitch and catch, 65 yards. How do you do? And it's 14-6.
Well, you talked about Shaw kicking. I remember we played a junior high game there, and we were told if you kick the ball over that wall, you lost the ball.
Yeah,
you cannot go get it. So we didn't kick the ball over the wall.
Yeah, I can remember that when we were warming up, and I asked the guy, so what do you do? And he said, we go for 2 at this end. But that wall is not there anymore.
Oh, I haven't been to Shaw
Stadium has been totally if you think the Browns redid this place, you'd have to see Shaw Stadium.
I haven't been there a couple years yet.
It is brand new.
Does it have the Brown logos on it?
Yes. The only thing that's still in place is the home bleachers.
Okay.
That stands. Now, there's new bleachers there, but
that was one of the old original stadiums
that was a
way back in the
Cleveland Rams original stadium in the 30s, before Municipal.
Yeah.
So Shaw to kick. Spinner bounces along the ground, picked up. That's Taylor, number 11. Trying to find a hole, bounces off one, gets outside the 45.
Well, there's something going on
down there. Over there.
Now, just walk away. Don't walk. They're going to get thrown out now. See? Yeah.
We were able to do this last year at Shaw, was walk away.
It's hard to walk away when someone's being aggressive, but that's what you have to do if you want to keep playing this game.
Well, that's one of the things that you hope athletics teaches you is how to deal with frustration, because that's what that was all about for both of those young men. I got you, no, I got you last, now here we go. And the officials will talk it over. I would think we're going to have offsetting penalties. I'm not sure. The ball was outside the 45, I think. This was way behind the play.
Almost to the 30 when they were 15 yards downfield. The runner was.
I think they have the wrong end. Personal foul, Lorain. Personal foul, Shaw. Offset, first down.
He didn't eject anybody. I don't
No,
know.
that's a break.
Yeah, I didn't see the signal for ejection.
That's a break. Now let's see where they've spotted the ball. I'm not sure why they would spot it back there. This is a 15-yard miss spot.
Yeah,
that's where the penalty was.
Where's Parker at?
Yeah, so I believe the first penalty called was a holding. So it was holding on the Titans, which brought them back from the spot of the return.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because it was, and then the other two were dead ball?
Yes.
Okay. No, so it makes a little bit more sense. We're going to start at the 31. I still think we're 5 yards too deep, but we'll live with it. Give Salmon more room to operate. Noah Buchanan late onto the field, into the lineup for Lorain.
Well, the first two series were the Solomon running the ball down the middle.
Yep.
Then the next series was throwing the ball. We'll see what they're going back to.
Solomon breaks the tackle at the line. 5, 6, 7. Give him about 8. 2nd and 2 at the 39.
Well, there's some nice blocking downfield. The one I seen was Martinez.
Jeremiah Martinez.
Yeah.
Sharing time at the wing right there with Ryan DiBernardo out. Solomon follows his blockers, first down and more, out across the 50, put the hand down and popped it over the 50 to the 49.
That's really how you finish a run.
Yeah.
You know, you get that extra 2 yards when you do that little lunge down there.
There's 20 yards in 2 carries here, and we've got a Cardinal down.
I believe that's John Solomon.
Oh, John's down? I guess it is. So, John has been banged up all year. For those of you that don't know, John missed all of last season, his sophomore season, with a knee injury, and he wears quite a big brace on the one leg. And he only played the first half last week against Medina and watched the second half in street clothes. So the Titans will huddle around their offensive coaches. And while we see what's going on here,
I think, who was their backup runner last when John went out?
I don't know who their backup runner will be tonight. Yeah. They've had some roster adjustments, so I'm not sure who it's going to be, Tom.
Because the way the line's blocking, I'd like to see a backup if John can't go take a little blow.
Well, let's see. Here
They
comes
just
here
called
comes
for Reggie.
Reggie Williams.
Yeah.
And the reason we're laughing is that's our kicker, the soccer player. Made the tackle on the last kickoff. Now they're helping Salmon up to his feet. Let's see which way he goes. He's heading to the locker room. Got a little bit of a gimp there. I think I see him limping. But, he's just going to go hang out with the cheerleaders. So it's 1st and 10 for Lorain, just over the 50-yard line. 7:48 to go. It's 14-6 here in the second quarter. Titans scoring on their first 2 possessions on runs from John Salmon. Into the lineup is number 7, I think.
Now, that used to be Cairo, wasn't it? But that's not him.
I think that's Terreno Allen, because I asked him today while he was warming up, I said, you have number 41 on your helmet and number 7 on your shirt. What's that mean? And he said, it means I got a new number.
But I thought he was going to be number 4.
I did too, but Parker, maybe that's something you can find out from us. For us is who's number 7, but we're going to stick with Terreno Allen until we know different. And he tries to bounce it outside.
He might
Caught
pick up
by
a
one hand.
No.
Got about 3. Let's see. Oh, they give him a not nice spot, so give him a yard gain. 3rd down and 5.
Now I see number Hyro's in. Is that him back there now?
Hyro's on the wing.
No.
Was Hyro in the backfield?
Yeah.
He is in the backfield. Look for the swing pass that they threw to Salmon. See if we can get Hyro the ball in space. No, we don't want to get it to him in space. We're going to give it to him straight ahead, and he's going to go down inside the 35 for a 1st down.
Number 7 is Allen.
Okay. That's Terreno Allen. He's a 5'10", 170-pound freshman. Hyro comes out. Terreno comes back in. I think Hyro is going to be used as the big back here. Allen again into the hole. Gets good 5 or 6, pushes the pile, falls forward. Always a good sign. Inside the 30, looks about the 28 with 5:30 to go in the half. Good patience there. He waited for the hole.
Yeah.
Didn't try to pop it outside and hit a home run. He settled for what was there. So 2nd and 4, we'll give him 6. Oh, he lost
Fumble
it.
ball.
Ball's on the ground.
There's a penalty flag. Oh,
No, that's
spotting. He's spotting it.
That's the fumble. Lost. The handoff was never made, and that's the problem you get when you've got unfamiliar combinations there. And it'll go over to Shaw on the fumble. So a good drive stalled by the 2nd turnover of the night for Lorain, and Shaw's in business on their own. 29, well, looks like 28. I haven't seen a football yet.
They're bringing Shaw's in off the sideline.
All 11 players are ready to line up, but we don't have a ball. And that just, it was on the hip. And just never meshed.
I think the official's coming over here to get one of the Lorain balls. Or talk to Coach Creel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's if you don't understand what we're talking about, both teams bring footballs that they use when they're on offense. Just you may like it a little bit, you know, the Tom Brady, you might like a little bit more air, a little less air, and you like them scuffed up. High snap brought down, shot is away. Hyro Williams right back for Lorain. Hyro's 2nd pick on the night, and I wasn't sure he's going to get his head around on there. But, boy, was he stride for stride with Vaughn Hunter, number 85.
Yeah.
The quarterback, they're still looking out there like, what happened?
I think that's why they exchanged balls, because I think the Shaw ball is probably not a passing ball. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get that nicer.
Could be a little bit slick or a little bit damp.
Yeah.
Now they toss the football over to the Shaw side, so who knows? But Cancier's not going to want to play with the Lorain High ball again. Now Hyro is back in the backfield.
Just a quick wrinkle there. I believe, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first time Hyro's ever played DB.
He played a couple of snaps, I want to say against Garfield Heights, but not much. And I think it was injury then. Give straight ahead to Hyro. Hyro's got a first down and more out across the 50.
A nice little tackle. Jalen Grant.
I was telling
by his
Hyro
ankles,
before
yeah.
the game when I saw him in number 1, and he came over and said hello. I said, number 1, that's a special number. That means you got to do something special tonight, because that was Tyshawn Lighty's number.
Well, I think 2 interceptions might have.
He's lived up to it thus far. Again, behind the motion. Hyro hits the hole a little bit quicker than John, but not quite as hard. So we're going to give him 8 on that one.
Here comes, is this the freshman?
Now this is Terreno Allen coming back. If you're asking why, well, Hyro played the defensive series and stayed in on offense and has carried the ball twice. Let's give him a blow, but they're not going to let him go too far.
I'm waiting for that jet sweep to get the handoff.
Well, the guy that you'd want to run it is on the sideline now, number 1. Straight ahead, that's a trap, and that didn't go anywhere. Big Zion Robinson, number 61, arrived early and angry. It's going to be a loss of about 3. Let's see where they spot it.
See, a Cardinals down, but they're getting helped back up again. Yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna call it no gain. And I don't think Titans can argue with that. 3rd and 2, and now into the game is Paris Chapman, number 2 at running back. Paris is also a freshman. Coach Creel is really high on that young man. Straight ahead give. Chapman, first down and more. First time he touches the ball in a varsity game, he goes down the sidelines, delivers a blow, and he's inside the 20 for a first down. And then
hands the ball off to the official.
Didn't realize the official wasn't looking, so he hit him in the head with it and picked it up and handed it to him. Down to the 18. So that's a good way to start your varsity career with the ball. Chapman tries the sweep. That's going to lose a couple. Now, that's the first time we've tried to go wide. I don't know whether that was by design or he just didn't feel there was a hole.
In my opinion, that's sometimes that's a freshman back's
trying to get too much.
Yeah, too much. Yeah. The shortest distance of the goal line is really up the middle if you have your blocking.
Yep.
But
I remember many years ago when I did the games with Ron Baclar, Admiral King had a back, and I won't remember his name, but I called him Mr. North and South because that's all he did was go straight ahead. I'd love to watch that kid run. This is Hyro Williams. This is going to be a timeout as the
Titans got to get organized.
Play clock was just too many new moving parts here. 2nd and 12 at the 20. If you want to know how much they got to go for a field goal, I'd say they need another 7 yards. I watched Reggie warm up down there, and he was money from about the 20. That's where it's at now, so you'd need to pick up 7.
Yeah, the distance for the snap.
Yeah.
And what grade is Reggie Williams?
He's a junior.
Okay, 1 more year for him.
We haven't talked too much about any seniors tonight, Tom.
Yeah.
Not to slight them on senior night, but this roster is just so young. I count on the roster 5 seniors. And the one that is playing every play is number 50, the right guard, Zayden Martinez. Option.
See, that's a new back in there that he just probably.
Again,
yeah.
Timing.
He's probably pitching to where Solomon always is rather than where Hyro was going to be.
Hyro's 2 steps quicker, and it was behind him.
Yep.
So now it's 3rd and a bunch.
How about this pass down the left sideline into the corner?
Fake the jet sweep. That's where they want to go, is down into traffic. 3rd turnover of the night will be down at about the 5-yard line. Picking it off, number 18, DeLon Bush, has got 2, just like Tremaine, like Hyro Williams. It'll be spotted on the 6. So ball handling issues and then an interception kill that drive for the Titans with 2:03 to go in the half. And he didn't read his field, because it looked to me like Taylor might have been over there. But that's a sophomore quarterback. He's, played 5 varsity football games? Of course, he played last year against Shaw. He got the win last year in his first start. Nice move there. And that is DeLon Bush, the man who intercepted the pass and scored the touchdown.
He was pushed out of bounds. They used the sideline.
But that's a big gainer. That's 20 yards out to the 26. With 1:55 left, the clock stopped because of the out of bounds. But Shaw not worried about that right now, as they can score from anywhere in a hurry.
That was an absolutely beautiful move.
Ooh,
man. Spin move to a juke move to just blew by the guy and he spun in a circle. It was,
That's Xbox stuff.
Oh, knocked down.
Julius Manning said, "Not this way." He blocked that with his elbows. And you know what? That's coaching. Somebody told that young man, when you get in there and see him put that ball up, get your arms up.
Yeah.
Because that was a volleyball block. Here it is again, and he's going to get 2 arms up and just no thanks. But now it's the next play, 2nd and 10. Still 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side.
This is a new position for him at that rush end like that.
Yep. But missed it that time and complete over the middle for about 5 or 6. It'll keep the clock running. That number 9, we don't have him, but we do have 217, so we're going to call him Jalon Grant until we find out different, Tom.
Okay.
Minute 8:17 and the clock ticking. Now they load up the backfield on 3rd and 4. High snap, gives straight ahead. It's going to have the first down and a lot more. Nice downfield blocking. Ooh. I'm going to credit number 18, DeLon Bush, with as good a downfield block as I've seen all season. He locked into Tylan Taylor, and Tylan just couldn't get rid of him. You'll see it right here. There they are. You just can't get off of him. He tried both ways to get off. And 1st and 10 at the 47.
And he did it without holding. That's got his arm extended and pushed him away.
Clock ticks with 45 seconds to go. They switched the strength of the formation to the wide side. Rolling that way. Wants the out. He's got the second man off his hands and his helmet incomplete. Jael Diaz was out there on the coverage. That was Janelle Garrett.
The difference between this team and the team they played last week is there was a 2-man pattern out there. Last week it was every play was a 5-man pattern.
Last week they handed it off 3 times. That's what I remember. But we made them punt. They'd only punted 7 times all year now. Is somebody off the line here? That one's blocked.
And intercepted.
Wilson. Luke Wilson almost had that.
He's hanging his head right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I could have been a hero.
You know what? He was going up for that, thinking, I can't wait to tell Seth about this.
Yeah. Who got the block? Was that Manning again?
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was Manning or Noah Smith. So it's 3rd and 10. There's 31 seconds left, and the clock stopped on the incompletion. Jet sweep. Giving ground, but a spin move for about 2 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, Titans end up with the football, but they're saying down by contact.
That might have been a pass because there was 2 people.
I thought it was going to be, especially
when
he gave ground. Now there's a timeout with 22 seconds left. Shaw will take timeout. It's 4th and 9 from the 45. I believe this is their last timeout because they took 2 trying to stop John Solomon.
You're right. This is, let's work on some fancy little play.
Well, this is what you're trying to get. It's 4th and 45 in essence. Because with 22 seconds left, unless it goes out of bounds, it's going to be tough to get downfield and get organized to get another play off. You just don't work on those things enough when you've got 28 guys. You know, and I would anticipate a pattern that spreads guys out across the field unless they run some sort of a screen.
Well, they haven't showed anything like that yet.
Now, the scoreboard still says they have a timeout, but I'm going to disagree.
Yeah, you only get 3.
Right.
That covers number 18, he looks like.
Well, that's their guy.
Oh.
Incomplete, and the Titans will take over on downs with 17 seconds to go and 2 times out. So now,
I run the ball 1 time, and if you make a lot of yards, call timeout. If you don't make a lot of yards, go to a knee.
I'm thinking I might throw the ball up. The issue going this way is the wind.
Yeah, you're dead into not a gale force, but
it affects the football. I was down there for pregame, and it does move. It's not as bad as it was last week blowing across. What you'd like to see, as Parker mentioned in our notes, is get it into a playmaker in space. Now, Noah Buchanan out here, I would consider a playmaker. Here comes motion. Hyro Williams straight ahead. Hyro Williams got 3, that's about it. Yeah, well, I think both teams will go in. The Titans are going to get the ball to come out in the second half. So Coach Creel says we've played our last and we'll walk it off. Parker. Parker's with Coach Creel down on the field. Go ahead, Parker.
Okay, first and foremost, can you give me an update on John Solomon yet, or are you not sure?
Right now, I don't know. I just know he sustained an elbow injury, and Tracy took him inside.
Okay, and then moving forward without him, what's the game plan there?
We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We got to settle Chase down. He's a little rattled right now. We're going to have to throw the ball a little bit. They went to a 5-man front, so we're going to still try to pound it. We got some young guys back there, 2 freshmen that's running the ball, and we got little Hyro, so we can't get nobody killed back there. But we gotta just keep doing what we're doing.
And then can you give me a quick play-by-play on what happened there with that 65-yard touchdown from Shaw?
I just think we had a breakdown in our secondary. We got 3 freshmen starting, so I think one of our freshmen just made a mistake, and, we got to live with it, and we're going to be all right with it.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, Parker, thank you. And we're going to step away, and we'll be back with the bands right after this timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lorain City Schools proudly present the 2022 edition of the Lorain High School Titans Marching Band. Under the direction of Ted Tohune and assistant band directors Chiquita Jones, Drew Garcia, and Matt Gerhardiger. The band is led on the field by drum majors Shania Johnson and Philip Calviel. First selection, we're playing from international recording artist The Weeknd. Here is Save Your Tears. sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of
Back here it's George Daniel Field, set to start the third quarter. The Titans will receive Parker Kapronica down on the sideline. You got anything, any news for us?
I do believe, after talking to the trainers and a couple of the coaches, John Solomon's out for the game.
I was going to say I don't see number 5 down on the sideline, but that's kind of what we were looking for. Okay, thank you, partner. As we get set to go here, Shaw will put it in play, trailing 14-6. Line drive kick off the toe of a Titan, dribbled and picked up. That is Tracy Huff, number 7, or Terreno Allen, excuse me, number 7, the freshman.
Yep.
Up to about the 36 or 37 where he went out of bounds. Titans will put it in play from there. Titans scored on their first 2 possessions, and when we say it was all John Salmon, it was 7 carries and 141 yards that got them to the house twice. They've turned it over since 3 times, won a fumble and 2 interceptions. Salmon, as we heard, was probably out for the game. He's not on the sideline. Davis is in the backfield with Hyro Williams, and this is Hyro straight ahead. Hyro down across the 40, and you see what they're trying to do right there.
Take the ball away from him.
Yeah.
Tackle the ball.
5-yard gain there for Hyro Williams. There's nothing wrong with 5-yard gains.
You put 3 of them together, you got a first down.
Yeah. Whistle. Titans started moving ahead of time there. Oh, they called offsides. Which way? I see hands on hips. Dead ball. Offsides. Shaw. So we'll take that. Thank you very much. That'll make it close to a first down. If the box is to be believed, it ought to move the stick. Yep.
Okay.
They only had to get to the hash mark, and they're just beyond it. So 1st and 10 for Lorain. Benefiting from the penalty, relatively penalty-free game. Jeremiah Lopez is taking his turn as the wingback, shift sides. Snap back, give to Hyro. Hyro straight ahead, makes a cut. 15, got
and
moving.
A lot more.
Wow. Hyro kept the legs driving inside the 35.
Now, you say he's 135 pounds? He pushed somebody for 5 or 6 yards.
Give him 22 on that carry. Down to the 31. Well, let's see what they list him as. They list him as 5'6", 160.
Okay.
Maybe if he's wearing his school backpack on his back. Into the hole again, made a move and got back to the line of scrimmage, not much more. Although they didn't get him to the ground. Here comes Allen.
See, they're bringing those linebackers up, so they have a 7-man front.
Yes,
it's hard to run up the middle.
This is double
men.
dog dare you.
Yeah.
Now they move. They switch receivers. They bring Taylor to the near side along with Buchanan. Now Taylor goes back to the other side. They're going to have to hurry here.
They're not to 5 seconds yet, but here it
there
comes.
It comes.
Here's 5
the 5
seconds.
second.
He's calling for the snap.
Jet sweep.
There it is.
Taylor.
There it is.
Taylor cuts it up, gets inside the 25, going to be short of a first down. Let's see.
I've been calling for that for,
yes,
holding.
You have.
Holding.
Is there a hold? Oh. Well, that didn't work. It was in the middle of the line, and it was downfield a little bit, so it's going to mark it off from the 29 or 30. I'm going to spot it at the 39, so it will be the 10 yards marked off, so it'll be 2nd and 18. Now, here's the problem with throwing the ball is when everybody in the stadium knows you're going to throw it. That's Reggie Johnson out there at wide receiver, by the way, Tom. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he is.
So I don't know how much he's worked out there as he's getting manhandled on the sideline. Oh, picked off. Taylor had it, knocked it away, and picked off by Shaw. That's number 16, Leonis Barnes.
You can't falter coverage game.
No, they have done what they have tried to do very well. And that's 4 turnovers for Lorain. And usually you don't have a chance to win when you turn it over 4 times. But 14-6 is where we're at. We're counting on the defense yet again. 1st and 10 Shaw at the 36. I think originally Bush had a hand on it, then Taylor had a hand on it, and it ended up in Barnes' hands. Full house backfield. They got away with leaning that time as they give to Gilbert going wide. He's got a hole. He's got a first down. He ran through a lot of arm tackles.
There's a nice little block by the slot over there, too. So
they'll stop the clock for a injured Cardinal as well as the first down. Shaw trainers out on the field. Titans defense comes to the near side. He's up and off, and now the officials call both teams back. Shaw's line is not big, but they've had success running the football today with their athleticism. It's going to be the same thing again. This time hit behind the line and brought down for a loss was Clark. Cameron Sledge, 58, I believe, was the first on the scene. Loss of 2.
Now the question is, can Lorain stop this next pass or two? I mean, I don't know if it's going to be this play or the next play, but sometime they're going to put that ball down the middle again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Titans are going to have to win this with their defense. They may score again, but they're going to have to, their defense is going to really have to perform. There's an incomplete pass there on the quick out. Noah Smith got a hand up. I don't think he deflected it, but he had to be accounted for.
Now this was going to go deep.
And that one was going to go somewhere. That was the third man out on that side, and we didn't have an answer for that. Down to 8:04 in the third quarter. As Shaw gets set with 5 wide receivers.
See, but their number 3 actually is covered.
Yep. Pass is complete for about 4 yards. Right there was Jeremiah Lopez to take down Jalen Grant, number 9. It's 4th down and 7. Now they've held once on 4th down. This would be a huge stop.
Oh, got to be a stop, yes. Oh, they try to get a little jump there.
And it worked the first time they did it. Coach Watley motioning to one of the backs. Over the middle, knocked down. Titans will take over on downs.
Well, that was a rush. Didn't he have about 4 people he had to try to throw
I think
over?
that was Sledge again, but it could have been Manning, one or the other. They both kind of did the dance. And the Titans defense locks down and takes over right at the 49. No damage by the turnover. We'll see it again here. That was Manning. He was right in his grill again.
He's playing a nice game from that rush end over there.
Standing up gives him a little bit of a chance to do some moving.
And use some of his height.
Yes. Now let's see. It's Noah Smith in the backfield.
This is tailback.
I expected this, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm surprised that we didn't see this earlier. Noah carried the ball some last year. And this is Chase going to just follow Noah. Chase has got first down yardage and more down to the 35. That was almost the flying wedge, Tom. That was just, here we come.
That student body right up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, he locked on Noah Smith's butt and followed Noah Smith and Jeremiah Lopez.
Wasn't a bad idea, though.
No.
He's going to do it again.
Yeah, it worked. Well, this time he's only got 10.
You're going to have to bring up Gene Kennedy again because it worked the first time.
We haven't even had to run it the other way yet, Coach. That'll move the sticks yet again, so Chase Davis gets about 26 yards and 2 carries. And it's the KISS idea. Keep it simple, stupid. Let's see. This might be a handoff. Oh, they changed sides. Okay, now they're going to run it again. Oh, he slipped. He slipped on the helmet.
Well, he tried to go a little bit outside because, you know, eventually you crowd up with 7 men in the box there.
Picked up a yard, but.
Bring in Cairo here.
Hyro for Noah.
Now they're going to have to try the right side of the line a little bit.
Reggie Williams is in the slot on the far side inside of Noah Buchanan. Tylen Taylor's out here alone. This is Hyro. Hyro bounces it to the outside. Got 5. Got taken out of bounds at about the 20. It's going to give him the 21, it looks like. Well, the man on the sidelines got it on the 20, but they spotted it on the 21. 3rd and a good 6, and you got to think it's 4 down territory. Now, they've seen something on that left side because they've lived there this whole drive.
Uh-oh. Oh, I know. Okay, he's just moving forward.
Yep.
I thought he jumped.
Okay. I'm glad I don't know what any of those signals mean. Motion from Lopez. Hyro straight ahead. First down inside the 15 to about the 13.
And they're eating up some clock, too.
Zayden Martinez, Isaiah Ray, Tyler Fogo, Shane Ramey Rowland, Evan Rickovic are doing some work right now because there's nobody fooling anybody. So those big 5 up front are doing work.
Someone called a timeout.
Do you blame them? So the Titans have it 1st and 10 at the 14. I'm going to say that they're in field goal range.
Yeah.
Now, that's not what anybody wants here. Number one, it's just one of those things where too much can go wrong. You'd love to be lining up for, if you're going to kick, you'd love to be lining up for an extra point.
And they can get a first down without getting a touchdown.
Right. I think they have stunned Shaw's defense here without John Salmon. They've said number 5 is really good, but we've got some other guys.
Like I said, it's been tailback by committee almost.
It's almost been single wing football.
Well, this last
the way Chase Davis has been running it. I mean, right now, you'd say they're going to run left because that's where the wingback is, Jeremiah Lopez. Okay, they pulled him. He trapped. And Jairo is inside. Jairo Williams to the house!
He got carried in. I don't know who the Titan was, but someone carried him in there.
With 4:44 to go in the third quarter, number one with a 14-yard run. Now Reggie will move from wide receiver to kicker. Chase will take a knee to spot it down, and we'll try for the extra point. And the extra points become big because of the missed conversion by Shaw. Snap back. Kick good. And I think they were offside. I think the guy on the outside had a little bit of a running start, but we'll take 21-6 Lorain. 4:44 to go, third quarter, Tom, and that was just really an interesting drive. Parker, what did it look like from down there?
I can say that Noah Smith ran back to the sideline having a fantastic time playing
offense.
Tailback, but it's an interesting adjustment to make that change and having Chase Davis as your primary runner when we really haven't seen that much this season.
Well, you've got to kind of wing it. I can remember several years ago when Justin Sturgill, who's a coach now, was quarterback at Shaw the last game of the season. He got hurt, and we had to go to the Wildcat that we'd never worked on, and Coach McFarland basically stood on the sidelines, and everybody looked over, and he pointed left or he pointed right, and Dalen Dower carried the ball every play until finally Shaw had all 11 guys within 5 yards of the ball, and he threw a touchdown pass. It was the only – I know they had never worked on any of it. They just put their best athlete back there and ran the ball. And that's kind of – I don't think that we've seen – some of the stuff we've seen tonight, I don't think they've worked on. So Reggie Williams will kick off now into the wind as the Titans take a 15-point lead, and that was a big score. Great job by the defense getting the 4 and out after the turn. Ball is free.
And
oh boy.
My.
This is going to be a scrum. I'm really good. Here's where I would be pointing. I am a pointer. Yep. Picked up by Shaw.
Number 30.
Sean Brown, number 30.
It was almost close.
Somebody for Lorain had a heck of a shot. He got there just like they were shot out of a cannon.
I believe that was Reggie that got there first.
Was it?
Yeah. And then when some bigger kids jumped on, he got bounced out of the pile.
Okay. But, I mean, here it is. You're right. You're right. It was Reggie.
Oh, and he just, he's disgusted with himself, too.
Reggie Williams, you're a football player, buddy. Straight ahead, give.
Ooh.
Bounce to the outside.
Nice block in that same situation with number 18, Dylan Bush.
That's Jonell Garrett, who has been a wide receiver most of the night, carrying the ball for about 8 into the Titan bench. Out of bounds with 4:33 to go. Let's make it 7 and make it 2nd and 3. The problem with the short kickoff is the field position, of course, but you also take away the threat of the return, which has happened twice. Uh-oh, they've got an uncovered receiver over there. Fortunately, they called a running play. And going to be just short of the first down
Close,
is
though,
Clark.
Yeah. I don't know who the first contact was, but Lopez was back in the backfield. So
I was just looking over there. We had 3 receivers and two DBs on the far side of the field. with all that confusion with Shaw lining up,
Yeah.
we didn't get lined up. Now they've got a double wing on that side. I haven't seen this look. This looks like student body, right? Doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Oh,
Now they bring
coming back into the backfield.
Gilbert back into the backfield.
Hey, Jay, can you say the 50-50 numbers again?
Yeah, that's going to be real close to a first down on the inside handoff.
Looks like
And they're stopping the clock, so they're going to move it. It's at the 50. So 1st and 10, 3:20 to go. Clock ticking in the third quarter. Cansier gets him set. He's got Clark to his left and gives it to Clark right now, straight ahead into the pile. This is a rugby play.
He got pulled back. So
It's going to be no gain, I think, when they unstack. It's going to be right at the line of scrimmage. And that was everybody. There's a new number, 69, Jalen Moore, freshman, in on part of that tackle. Along with Sledge and Manning and Wilson in the gang. And let's not forget Subtle. Noah said he wants to come.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised they haven't put the ball up this quarter. Of course, they...
Here it comes right now, I think. Official got his hand out. He's counting down. He just got
it away. Smith hit the arm. Noah got there just as the pass was underway.
See, here's what they couldn't do against Medina. They're putting a lot of heat on a quarterback, but Medina had a great offensive line. So
Right. Well, Medina wasn't pretending to run the ball either.
No.
Going to roll out this time away from pressure. Throw on the run. Whistle.
Oh, must be interference.
It's incomplete, but I'm going to guess we're going to get pass interference. Against the Titans. Didn't get a number.
That's a 15-yard penalty, so that takes it past where the interference was.
I thought that was a spot of the foul inside of 15, but I guess I'm mistaken. So that'll take it down to the 35 and make it 1st and 10 for Shaw with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Titans asking a lot from the defense one more time here. Another pass, got a man outside. And turning nothing into something is DeLon Bush, because he made a bunch of guys miss. And there's no way we can tell where he went out of bounds, but he's going to have 11 and a first down, it looks like.
Yeah, that young man's an athlete.
That was a 3-yard completion.
And an 8-yard run.
Caught it at the 35, and they spotted it at the 24, so he got 11 after the catch. And that's what he got altogether, 11. There it is again, same play, different side.
Going to that slot man.
Same guy, though, and he was trying to run before he caught that one.
Yeah. Is that Jonell Garrett? Is that the one we're thinking of?
That's
17?
Jonell Garrett, 17. And that was well read by the defense. Jabron Smith closed in a hurry. I guess that's not Jabron. I guess that's J.L. Diaz, 16 out there, the freshman.
See, they got 2 slots. I don't know if Well, one of them's on the line of scrimmage.
Whistle.
Is that time? Too much time?
Timeout Shaw.
Okay.
The coaching staff saw it coming with 1:31 to go. So they'll be down to one timeout now, Tom.
Yes. Yeah, that's their second.
In this.
This was that was just to save the 5-yard penalty.
Absolutely it was. Absolutely it was, with 1.5 to go in the third. That last touchdown was so huge.
And the extra point.
Yes.
So now it's a
15.
Yeah. They need both of their extra points if they want to do anything at all.
Trying to take a look at some of the scores. Mostly seeing still second quarter stuff. Of course, the most likely playoff opponent for Lorain is Canton McKinley, and they play Massillon tomorrow in the game, high school style.
You know, I was thinking of one scenario, because I think Massillon's going to beat Canton McKinley. But I think Medina is playing Solon,
and they're all over Solon.
And I think they'll beat them.
They are beating. It was 35-3 at halftime.
If they move up and Lorain has to play them again? Of course, there's 18. There he is, Bush.
There's a whistle, or there's a flag, rather. Whistle, I have no idea.
Holding, maybe?
Yeah. That's what it looked like. I'm looking at the signal rather than the play. Whatever it is, it's going to start from the 15. So face mask against Lorain. 5-yard variety. They haven't had a real clean shot at this guy all night. We're going to have a good look at it from the field level here. Yeah.
Yeah, he touched it.
Yep. Noah Buchanan got up high on it.
That takes it to first down, I'm
First
sure.
and 10 at the 13. Inside handoff to Gilbert. Gilbert gets down inside the 10 to about the 8. The middle of the Titan defense there. Clock is ticking. It'll be under a minute before they snap this one. High snap, athletically pulled down. They want to throw it, too. Off the hands of Garrett, incomplete.
Canister just catching the ball and making something out of nothing.
Yeah, that was a really athletic play, and his receiver stayed down. Now that's going to force him out for a play, because they stopped the clock for the young man. He's got to come out. So on 3rd and 6. Now he snuck back in. Oh, no, that's not him.
No, that's Weber in there now, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, and Jalon Grant is the wide receiver to the far side. They crossed coming in and going out, and I thought that.
Okay.
Straight ahead give. That's going to be down near the 5. It's going to be short of the first down. It's going to set up a huge 4th down. 4th and about 2. 30 seconds to go as they spot the ball. So
this is
they can't let the clock run out. I believe they have to run a play. Man's got his arm out. Snap back, gives straight ahead. First down, touchdown. And there's that man, Janelle Garrett.
He just bounced it outside.
Yeah, he just
real
made a
nice,
play.
Yeah.
with 1 second left in the third quarter.
It wasn't destined to go outside. It was destined off tackle. But he made a play.
Yep. So it's 21-12, and Shaw will line up again for the 2-point conversion. Now, if you stop this, you're 2 scores ahead. If you give this up, you're 1 score ahead.
Yeah.
So this is as big as the touchdown. And with 1 second left, they'll get to kick off with the wind. Snap. Gilbert straight ahead. Now, he didn't get close.
Okay, that takes
so
it
that
to 12.
keeps it at 12. So it's a 9-point game. Now, without a kicker, it's really hard to get to 9. So you got to get to 12.
Yeah, you got to get 2 touchdowns in there.
That was a big, big stop by the defense.
Well, it was set up by the short kick, but it was a planned onside kick, I think. I don't think it was an error on that.
I think you're right by the way Reggie went after the ball.
Someone's limping off the field here. It's 23. That's
the linebacker, Jeremiah Lopez.
Yeah.
Let's hope he's just got a cramp. Not that that's anything to sneeze at. Back deep for Lorain. 2, Paris Chapman, and 7, Terreno Allen. They haven't returned kicks all year because they've been playing for the freshmen and they don't kick off. T.J. Williams up on the far side.
I think this may be an onside kick, or at least a
squibber.
squibber.
The Titans are looking for something short.
Yeah.
They've got 7 guys within 10 yards of the 50. They've got their racehorses, and 17 and 18 are on the kickoff team. So they send it down. Somebody's got to pick it up. Now this is going to be big trouble. That's Allen at the 5, 10, 15, thrown down. Boy, that one looked high to me. It must have been the shirt rather than the helmet.
Well, I think he was hoping it was going to roll into the end zone, and that ball stopped short.
Well, what was the last thing I said, Tom?
Yeah.
They haven't returned kicks all year. We've played 3 at the George, 21 for Lorain, 12 for Shaw. Back with more after this timeout.
Oh, hey guys. So I know you were mentioning playoff scenarios, so I'll get into that a little bit. If the Titans are able to hold on and win, according to Drew Pastor, their odds are, first off, with a 52% chance to play Cleveland Heights. Then they are second most likely to play Ignatius, then Canton McKinley. If Shaw is able to come back, it goes Mentor, Cleveland Heights, and then St. Ignatius.
Okay. Give straight ahead, bounce to the outside. There's a flag that's going to come back. The gain is about 5 or 6. Still on his feet is Paris Chapman, but there was a hold right at the 17-yard line, so that's going to cost them 12 or 13. There's another one. This will be interesting to sort out.
The hold is first.
Well,
then the other is a dead ball. So
that's what I'm guessing.
The question is who.
So they're going to go from the 8. Let's see where they're going.
18 to the 9.
Well, that's the 17. Now they're discussing it with Noah Smith, maybe just for somebody to talk to, because now here's some, let's see what the white hat has to say. Holding against Lorain. Okay. Dead ball, personal foul against Shaw. So we're going to go back 9.
And up 15.
And up 15.
I see they grabbed Paris and pulled him off the field. That's
now
what
they
you do
took it back 10, which they shouldn't have because it's more than half the distance. Now they turn around and come back. If they were going to do that, they could have just walked off 5, which is what they ended up doing. So the net gain is a 3-yard penalty, still first down for Lorain. Now they move the sticks, that's right. So it's, let's see, what are they doing?
I would have said the ball should be
They're trying to
5 yards up further. It's a 15 from the 9.
Well, they didn't mark it from the 9. They marked it from the 7, which is what happened. So that's why we're on the 22, and it's 1st and 6. Chase Davis hands it off. Straight ahead, big hole. High tackle on Hyro Smith out over the 35 to about the 37.
Well, that's getting out of a hole.
That is your offensive line doing some work because he didn't get touched until he was 10 yards down the field. He got tomahawked when he did, though. He just doesn't give you a big target.
And he's quick.
Oh, he's very quick. I can't wait to watch him the next 2 years, to tell you the truth. I think he's got a chance to be really something special. Now, the kicker goes in motion. Comes back. Whistle, timeout, Lorain. Coach Creel got that one in time. Got to simplify it. We got too many guys in unfamiliar spots here with 10:58 to go. And Tom, we were talking about some of those playoff scenarios, Parker. Well, I can fill you in on something. Glen Oak is winning 28-7 in the third quarter. They're ahead of Lorain. John Marshall won 30-6. They were ahead of Lorain.
Strongsville and Brunswick are playing each other, so one of them are behind Lorain has to win the game.
Yeah, they're both behind Lorain, but one of them's got Garfield Heights is winning, which helps Lorain.
How about Ravenna?
Didn't have a score on a Ravenna game. As the Titans are back out, Ravenna, no score yet with Norton. That's just not reported here. St. Ed's all over Akron. Hoban 34-20 in the third quarter in the big one. Jet sweep fake, straight ahead give. 10 across the 50. That's a bolt of lightning.
Well, you know,
John Salmon is thunder. That's lightning.
And he's a straight ahead runner. Yeah.
He's not trying to juke.
he don't. Yeah.
Now they bring Paris Chapman in the backfield to give, besides carrying the ball at 150 pounds, Hyro's also playing all the plays on defense.
And he's important there because they got some receivers on.
Right.
You rolled it back to him.
Okay, Chapman got it up, picked it up. He's going to have another first down. Feet still moving inside the 30. That's how you run, freshman. Paris Chapman's had 2 carries that have been really impressive because he got us out of a hole on the last drive. Now inside or right at the 30-yard line, Titans 1st and 10. Aside from everything else, the different personnel, these freshmen have to learn the different hand signals. Because they're getting, they don't even, they've got to know, first off, which coach am I watching and what does it mean? Because it means different than it does at the freshman level, I'm sure. Now it's Noah Smith in motion. He said, follow me. And Chapman tries to bounce that one outside, and it's not going to, trying to get away. The laundry's too good. He got all but one back. Just couldn't. If
Who was that tearaway? He used to
Greg
wear the
Pruitt.
Pruitt used to have that
I
tearaway
was just
jersey.
thinking, I was going to say, if Greg Pruitt were running that ball, his shirt would have been in the guy's hands and he'd have been in the end zone.
Yeah, he wanted a loose T-shirt rather than a football shirt.
I remember a play against San Diego. I asked him about it last year at a clinic where he got face masked and they turned his helmet sideways and he reversed field and scored. I pulled it up on YouTube and we were laughing about it. 9:13 to go as Chase gets the play, gives it to the line. Hyro changes sides. They're not in any hurry, that's for sure. Straight ahead give. Hyro Williams bounces it, makes a man miss. Down.
That's still
Yeah, that's illegal.
68.
Shane Ramey rolling carried him. You can't do that, unfortunately. You can push him, but you can't pull him.
Yep. I asked him, an official one time. I was on the sidelines at Cleveland Heights. What is the rule for that? And it's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Pushing is kind of like blocking. Pulling is kind of like aiding the runner.
Yeah. Remember that signal? That's what that is. That's aiding the runner. And
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen that signal in 40 years. I didn't even know it still existed. Well, the gain is going to, most of the gain is going to stand. They're inside the 25 to the 24, where it's going to be 2nd and 4 rather than 1st and 10. I still got to give him an A for effort. That's a thinking man out there. Now this is Chapman in the backfield. Davis fakes the cadence. You know, with all this is new where the linemen can put their hand on the ground and do this.
As long as they keep it on the ground.
Yeah, you didn't used to be able to do this. You can go to a knee as long as you keep the hand down. Now Noah Smith in motion. Chapman got a hole, got a first down inside the 20 to about the 18. That'll move the sticks with 8:16 to go. Titan line again flexing their muscle.
You know, the only thing with this offense, it doesn't have any kind of counter play. And the only counter they can run is they fake the back on one side, and then the quarterback has to be the counter back running to the other side.
Well, but I don't think this was part of the plan.
No, they can't do that now because they got people that are probably hadn't planned on playing this much.
Now this is Hyro behind Chase. Smith is still the wingback, giving you really 5 linemen. Hyro down inside the 10, down near the 5.
Yep.
Zayden Martinez got locked up with one of the Cardinals back in the backfield and just put him on his back. Now,
bringing Lopez in.
Lopez is going to come in. Hyro's going to come out. Noah's going to move to the backfield, I guess. And I wouldn't be surprised if Chase Davis didn't
takes
keep
it
this.
In. Yeah.
This is called follow the linebackers. We had follow the defensive tackles early in the season. Chase Davis behind Noah Smith to the house.
Yeah, that might have been a play where you went back to the Luke Wilsons and the big boys. Remember
Wilson and Manning.
Yeah.
Came. So 27-12. Reggie will line up to kick the extra point. That was really well done by the offense and the offensive coaching staff because they have cobbled something together here. Snap down, kick up, and Reggie has found the range tonight. That one was way out onto the track. In fact, it was over the fence.
I think he's getting his confidence. Yeah,
I think he watched the Medina kicker kick it into the concession stand last week and said, hey, I can do that. And look, he's downfield ready to go. Do I get to onside kick again?
We had a kicker way back in the day, Matt Summers.
Yeah, I remember, man.
That he was told, you can't get in the tackles. You can't do that.
He was a soccer player.
Because Skimmons was a soccer
Yeah.
coach. He didn't want him to get hurt. He was the best soccer player. He always wanted to get in on the tackles. You couldn't hold a kid like that back.
He had the county record for longest field goal
Yes,
for a
he
while.
did.
I think it was 47 or 48
48,
yards.
yeah. He beat Lorain, had 47 or earlier in the year, earlier in their career, but he
Yeah.
kicked a 48er and won the Illyrian game for us.
Yeah, I remember that. Be remiss, as long as we're talking about Matt Summers, if we didn't mention the loss of our good friend Neil Summers.
Yeah.
Matt's dad tragically passed away here 10 days or so ago, and a good friend to all of us, and a Lorain High booster for a lot of years. Was instrumental in getting the booster club going after the Lorain High closure when Lorain and Admiral King merged, and getting a lot of things done there. And Neil, we miss you, buddy.
Yep.
You've earned your rest, but we miss you. Bounced along the ground, picked up at the 33.
Whoa, somebody came from behind.
Somebody came from, that looked like it might have been Noah. No. 30. Number 30, Armand Brown. So the problem that's happening here is when you kick it along the ground like that, they shouldn't be able to reverse the field.
Yeah.
But these guys are such good athletes.
And quick and fast.
Yes,
good
that they're
speed,
even,
yeah.
you know, that's not your deep guy that's a sprinter, but that's a sprinter. So Titans by 16 here with 7:03 to go. Shaw puts it in play, and now it's going to be in the air. Noah Smith and J.L. Diaz knew that was coming, and Alandi Gilbert got the worst of it.
Like a rude awakening, yeah. Yeah.
And you feel for some of these Shaw guys because they're not getting off the field. You know, as we said, they had 28 names on the roster.
I think I counted 22 at halftime.
And
when they
I was
were
going to say
warming up.
7 are freshmen on the roster were freshmen. So there's no telling. You know, when I see guys like Janelle Garrett and DeLon Bush and Alandi Gilbert and DeMarco Clark, they're playing all the plays. And that doesn't count the guys up front who I assure are doing the same.
Yeah. Now, and the Titans know they have to throw the ball.
Right.
So, I mean, they're going to unload on that quarterback.
Here comes the blitz. Jersey.
No, he broke out of that tackle.
And runs out of bounds. Gets about 5.
How did he get out of that? I mean,
he just ran. It was a jersey grab, and he just ran through the.
But no one picked up the blitzing back?
Nobody picked him up. That was Jeremiah Lopez, I believe, who.
Now, that was a play before.
Yeah, I was going to say that was Noah Smith making the play before. So 3rd and 10, obvious 4-down territory, as Shaw has yet to punt. In fact, both teams have yet to punt. Titans with 4 turnovers is part of that reason, but they lead 28-12. Snap back, running for his life once again. He's going to get a first down. Oh, he went out of bounds early. Let's see if he picked it up.
I don't. Very close.
Well, not where that official standed. He's a yard short. He's a yard short. So this is interesting. The back guy thinks he's got it, but the front guy hasn't moved. Yeah, he's a full yard short from where I'm sitting, and I'm almost right on the 45-yard line. So 4th down and 1. Titans have stuffed them twice on short 4th downs. Timeout now.
Last one.
Timeout Shaw. Now the scoreboard has them down to 1 now. Of course, that's not official. this play could go a long way to ending this game if the Titans could hold here and take it over, because you know we're not going to throw it anymore.
No, they'll run out the clock if
possible.
possible.
If possible. Yeah. And it's 2 8s to tie, so they need a lot of help with the clock. And if the Titans could just take it over and run 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah. This is where you always wait till the official puts his hand up before you take the snap. You take the full 22 seconds. You just give yourself enough time to snap the ball.
If you don't know what Tom's talking about, the back judge behind the defense, when he keeps the official play clock, and when it gets down to the 5-second mark, he'll put his hand up and start counting. And as the quarterback, you know, when it's run the clock time, you're instructed to pick that up and let him take a couple seconds before you snap the ball. Harder to do in the shotgun. You know, the Titans are all up on the sideline. Nobody is catching their breath on the bench, meeting with the offense or anything else. They're all up. Give straight ahead, fumbled the ball. He's not going to get anywhere near it. The Titans stuff it. 1st and 10, Lorain.
Yep.
Big Luke was in there. Julius Manning was in there. Cameron Sledge lowered the hammer. 32, Avery Martin, another freshman in there. You know, I thought it was kind of cool that Coach Creel rewarded, you know, a lot of the freshmen are getting some playing time tonight, obviously, but he rewarded all the freshmen who made the honor roll by dressing them tonight.
That's nice. Very nice, yes. Yeah.
So 6 minutes, exactly half a quarter to go. And the Titans will have done everything they can do to control their destiny. They just have to wait and see how it plays out. I know Coach Creel, now that's going to be their last time out for sure. So I know Coach Creel has looked at the odds, and he thinks Canton McKinley is it. And he's trying to line up a trip to the Hall of Fame, which is right next door. They play in the Hall of Fame Stadium. Fawcett Stadium is the home field of Canton McKinley and the home of the NFL Hall of Fame game and induction ceremony.
If I remember correctly, I think Canton McKinley lost like their first 3 or 4
games. They were
games.
0-4, and they're 5-4 now.
Yeah. And I think Massillon is favored big time in tomorrow's game, so, yeah.
I'm still looking for a Ravenna score as we talk here. You're at the mercy of everyone else calling in their scores on the Fox 8 app, but they do a nice job keeping up. So the Titans have the ball. Chase Davis is the quarterback, and I can't tell who that is behind him. I'm guessing it's Paris Chapman.
Yes.
Nope. It's Terreno Allen. There's a face mask.
Face mask, yes.
I could have thrown it from here if I'd have had a yellow hanky.
But 3 officials did.
That's the big one. That one's 15. Now,
didn't someone used to say on this channel that was a plethora
of flags? Yes, I did. And they were thrown with exuberance. Down inside the 40 to the 38 on that 15 yards. Terreno will come off and get his helmet on straight. He's looking out the ear hole. And here comes 57, senior Ethan Lopez for a time on the offensive line, as well as
64.
Now, 64 has been
in.
in.
Sure.
I think that was Racy Perez, or that's Evan Rurkovic, 65, that came out. Snap back, give it Hyro. Hyro's got 10. Hyro's still on his feet.
And fumbled. Was he down?
I think if they looked closer at this, they'd throw another 15 because I think he got horse-collared at the end. That's going to take it down to the 25. Let's take a look at it.
Owen Slaughter going in now?
Oh, yeah, he definitely got thrown down by the back of the helmet. Isaiah Ray coming out. 77, Owen Slaughter into the game. Some of the younger guys that have played JV most of the season on the line are getting some time here with 4:45 to go and the clock ticking. Titans by 16.
Jay, according to ScoreStreet, Norton is up 28-14 on Ravenna in the third quarter.
Well,
that won't help.
That's how it projected. Cleveland Heights is all over Shaker Heights 56-6.
Too much time.
There's a whistle. Delay a game against Lorain. With all that celebrating, we forgot to run a play. Now, Allen back in for Hyro. I'd like to know what Hyro's numbers are carrying the ball. I bet he's close to 100 here in the second half. He's had some big ones. I guess a lot of it depends on how many of them were called back. Terreno Allen was the unfortunate recipient of that handoff. They've been fooled by that. Tom, I can remember this like it was yesterday. There's a scene in the movie Brian's Song where Gail Sayers and Brian Piccolo are talking and talking about how Sayers went against the Los Angeles Rams on a 40-yard sucker play. And he had to catch his breath. And there goes Terreno Allen inside the 15. So the story goes that Sayers had to come out, and they called for the same sucker play where they're not going to block Merlin Olsen. So they hand the ball off to Brian Piccolo. He says, and there's the whole team picture.
Yeah.
You know, the fearsome foursome, the original incantation. And that's kind of what Terreno got there, where they've been running Hyro and oops.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
They know about it. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Terreno didn't fall on the football here.
I hope that's all it is.
They're taking attendance. They don't look like they're looking at any legs or arms or anything.
People say, doesn't that hurt? Yeah, it hurts, but, it's not a severe injury. And
if the first time you get the wind knocked out of you, you don't know what happened. Now they're going to help him up, and he is going to hobble on one of the legs.
Oh, so it is an ankle or a knee.
So it is a lower body injury. But it's good to see him walking it off with Tracy Menges and Coach Creel helping him. Coach Creel's that much taller, so they're kind of walking in a circle. He goes out to meet with the offense. Now the ball's at the 13, and they're just now moving the sticks for the first down. 3:36 to go.
This is Chapman now back there in the back.
Paris Chapman's in the backfield now. Again, at center is Ethan Lopez, 57, a senior. Snap back, give straight ahead. Paris, they were waiting for you, buddy. He's going to lose a couple there.
The difference between Cairo and Solomon is they trust the lineman. They bust right through there, whereas the freshmen are leery about that, so they bounce it out.
Yep. So now Chase is in there he just came back from getting a play on the sideline. Who's that with him now? Emmanuel Rosario, a sophomore, 15. He's going to get a carry straight ahead. He busts it down to about the 10, where it's going to be 3rd and 7. Another substitute on the line, Sebastian Breeding, 66, coming in, along with 62, Luis Santiago, some of the sophomores. Timeout for Lorain, and this is organizational. This isn't anything but that. Let's make sure we got 2 of everything we need to have 2 of.
Yeah, this is when people are starting chanting. They want Rudy in there, you know.
Yeah.
They want to came to see the son play.
Well,
I think it's official Sunday is when the announcement will come out when they.
Yeah.
When
As I say, McKinley plays tomorrow. Yeah, and obviously this, unless you're watching live, you'll already know this. But Holy Name is 21-17 over Elyria Catholic in the second half. That's a surprise.
Yeah. EC beat them the first time they played. This is the second time because this is for the championship of their league.
Yeah, Glen Oak is 28-13 ahead in the fourth quarter.
Over who?
Maslin Perry.
So Glen Oak is ahead of Lorain.
Right. John Marshall won.
Like I said, it's going to be either Strongsville or Brunswick.
And one of them's got to win.
And they're going to get some points there because they both have like 2 or 3 wins apiece.
Right. But so are we, as long as Garfield Heights is winning. Whistle, now what? Now going to have procedure against Lorain. I think as the wind starts to blow, I think our wide receiver might have lined up off sides. I hope we don't throw it to him. I don't have his name.
'88, yeah. We don't have no 88s.
Chase Davis looking for a play. He's got Rosario behind him. Gives him the ball. That's going to go nowhere. Stopped at about the 16, maybe 2 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 12. Is this the field goal unit?
Yeah, I hope.
Let's see. Yes, it is. Reggie Johnson's going to come out and try a field goal. It's going to be a rather lengthy one. He's going to spot it at about the 24, 23. So that makes it a 33-yard kick with the wind. And why do you do this? You do this to see if you can.
Oh, you got to reward the kid for he practiced field goals all season.
Right. He made a tackle on a kickoff. Snap back, bounce back, kick underway. He never got it up in the air. The snap caused the hold to be off, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. That's too bad because all his kickoffs were nice and high and that because they were all perfect snaps, perfect holds.
Yep. So Shaw will take over on downs at the 20. Since the Titans were inside the 20. Now I still see some of the regulars in on defense. What you got to watch out for here is that you don't have 12 or 14 out there. Or 10, which is what I count. Oh, I got 11.
Yep,
there he is.
now they are.
There he is. 1:23 to go. 1st and 10. Shaw at the 20.
I would loosen the safeties up a little bit because you know
got
it's
trips
going
out
deep.
Here, yeah.
I was wrong about that going deep.
Nicely
Hyro,
contained by Hyro Williams.
Yeah. He played a nice game both
I
sides
was
of the ball.
going to say that it's easy to forget that Hyro Williams had 2 interceptions in the first half, including on the opening series, a pick in the end zone that prevented Shaw from taking the lead.
Because if they would have led there, they would have had all the momentum going in there.
Yeah, we wore them down with Solomon and then cobbled it together after we didn't have Solomon. And each half is 14-6 right now. That's an incomplete. Running for his life was Canseer. Sledge after him, along with Tuttle. Third and about 12.
Now, there's a couple little incidences, but basically it's been a cleanly played game.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Let's see what they come up with here as they make some changes. Snap back, bombs away. Hyro almost had the hat trick.
He was with him stride for stride.
He was step for step with DeLon Bush, and those two, each of them with 2 interceptions as well as a touchdown.
I like to see him hold wrist play so they can go into victory formation.
Yes.
It's always nice to end the game that way.
You know, Tom, something that I didn't do during this game that I feel bad about is mention all the great help we had from Club TB20 once again. Zach Baraga, Devin Hood, Drake Hance, Karen Gallegos, Davion McGill, and Jeffrey Torres up here taking the shots and pushing the buttons and helping Joe Bach out. That one just fell short of everybody. Noah Smith thought he had a chance for an interception, and it just didn't get there. So the Titans will take over on downs at the 18 with 21 seconds to go. Now the clock will stop, so they have to snap it one time.
I got the coach lining them up at the 50. It's going to be a shake hands. Nicely played game.
Yep. And I didn't see John Salmon return.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on the sidelines.
To the sidelines.
I don't know what his street clothes would look like.
Well, last week when he was on the sidelines in street clothes, he had his jersey on.
Yeah.
John is not on the sideline.
Yeah. There's got to be a real sense of accomplishment down there, Parker, for the way they were able to keep it together with all the missing bodies and such.
It really is, as cliche as it is, it's a next man up mentality. And when you have additional runners, additional receivers, guys that can fill those voids, who have had the talent all season, just not really opportunities, it's almost feels expected for them.
Right, you know, and you got to feel good for the guys that went out there and did it tonight. And they end the season on a good note over Shaw, 28-12. Tom, final thoughts from you?
Like I said, this was the game. They were in the playoffs. They just this was a seeding meeting to see where they were going to end. They played a nice game. Unexpected when Solomon went down, but I think everyone just jumped in and did their role. Yeah, it's one of the things where you play your freshmen the same way you play your varsity, so they have the basic understandings of what to do.
Right, and it was next man up for a lot of the guys tonight, and the Titans came out. Shaw got the opening kickoff, drove down to the 14, threw an interception in the end zone, so the Titans took over at the 20, and 80 yards later on 5 John Salmon carries, it was 7-0 with the kick. The defense held and took over on downs at the 49, and 51 yards later on 3 John Salmon carries, it was 14-0. And that was the end of the first quarter. Shaw hit the big play in the third quarter, a 65-yard pass on a post pad, a skinny post down the far hash marks, and it was 14-6 when the run failed. That was the halftime score. Titans came back and cobbled an offense together as Salmon went out in the second quarter and didn't return. And with 4:44 to go in the third quarter, Hyro Williams took it off tackle 14 yards. Reggie Williams' extra point made it 21-6. Shaw came back with one tick on the clock. It was a 5-yard touchdown run. Again, the extra point no good, and we went in 21-12 going into the fourth quarter. And then with a 7 minutes and 11 seconds to go, Chase Davis took it on a quarterback keep off right guard, and he went in from 7 yards, and that would do it with the scoring as it was 28-12. The Titans tried a field goal in the last 2 minutes, and the snap hold didn't work out, so that didn't happen. But they finish on a good note, Tom, at 28-12.
Yeah.
Parker, where are you at? Are you going to be able to get somebody to talk to?
I am not 100% sure. I thought I had Hyro, and Hyro is now in the huddle. So
he's way in the back, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember at the beginning of the season, everyone talked about could they win 4 games, 5 games. I think they let Bedford get off the hook, and maybe they should have won the Shaker game.
And they had a shot at Maple Heights.
And maybe so they played.
You know, so they had their shots
on three other games, I think. So they won 3. They had a good, maybe not a great showing, but a good showing on maybe 3 others. So
and you know, it's the last home game, so you always want to talk about the seniors that you're going to lose. And we tried to do that all night, but there's so many young players coming back that this team has so much to look forward to.
Yeah, it's play one more game, play your playoff game.
Who knows where we're going to be?
And then you have to put your season to rest for about a month, and then you get into the weight rooms and you prepare for next year.
Yep. So do you want to stick around? You want to stay here for Parker? Okay. So, yeah, this season that started out with the surprise win over Ravenna, a Ravenna team that was 7-3, and then a disappointing showing against Sandusky, which is another game I thought that they let get out of hand when it didn't need to. That was just very penalty filled. Elyria, and then you got into conference play.
And you knew they probably weren't going to do anything against Cleveland Heights.
Right.
I mean, Cleveland Heights was destined to be, maybe the second best team in this region. So,
but they beat the second best team in the league in Garfield Heights, who finished the year at 7-3, with a win tonight.
Well, I think what happened about mid-season, they started to get a new identity.
Yes.
And when they got that new identity, then all of a sudden things start to happen.
I would totally agree with you, Tom, that something clicked. And part of it corresponded with the move of Chase Davis to quarterback. Yeah. Joseph Wyatt hurt his hand and was unable to play, and Chase Davis took over and has really, I think, taken and made this team his own.
I think you're right. I think you're dead right, yes.
And I think that what he added, a little bit different type of quarterback than Wyatt. He, brings a little bit bigger arm. And
that opened up the whole offense because now people had to worry about passing, and that gives a great back like Solomon chance to run the ball up the middle. Yeah.
John was the consistent all year. He's going to end up with, going to week 11 with about 1,300 yards on the ground if he's able to play. Well, actually, whether he's able to play or not, that's what he's going to have.
And he missed the last 2 games of the
last 2 halves of the last 2
games, where he's going to have 100 yards the second half here.
I was going to say he had 300 yards combined in the last 2 first halves.
Yes, yeah.
Because he had 160 last week in the first half against Medina, and about 140 here tonight before he went down with what Coach Creel described was an elbow injury.
But that gave the young kids a chance to see what a varsity game really is when they ran the young freshmen in the tailback position.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what? It's the end of the season. Freshmen are now have got some games under their belt, and it's time. It's time to let the kids play.
The last time so many freshmen started on Lorain was back in the days when Dower was.
Dower and Savon Chavis, the year that they went to the Final Eight.
Yes.
They were starters freshmen the whole season.
And they started on the secondary.
Right.
And then eventually worked their way into the offense. Yeah.
So, this is not an unhappy meeting on everybody in the circle, as Coach Creel demands after the game, and he's addressing the team now, and I'm sure that there's a sense of job well done. Now, next man up. Let's put, we got another one next week. Let's not play like our season is done and roll over on whoever we're going to get.
And if it is Canton McKinley, the kids will get a real reward playing in a stadium like Fawcett.
A professional stadium.
Fawcett Stadium is a treat when the first time you're there.
Well, and I took somebody on a college visit there, and because Malone plays there.
Sure.
And they gave us a tour, and they showed us the locker rooms, and those are NFL locker rooms. I mean, the locker room, if they're playing at Fawcett Stadium, the locker room is literally almost 50 yards wide as the field. And just wide, I mean, and it's wooden stalls and all the amenities.
Because the NFL has kicked in some things.
Well, I mean, that's their stadium. Mm-hmm. That's their Hall of Fame village is what it is. And I would love for the kids to be able to experience that, but the numbers are what will determine it.
And I guess if they can get out of there, because the game will be on a Friday, not a Saturday. I don't know. I think Division I's play on Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, there's no school next Friday in Lorain.
So it would be nice if they could make a tour of the Hall of Fame.
Maybe they could. I know that was talk last night at the Booster Club meeting. They're going to wrap it up, and we're going to go down here to Parker Kapronica.
Here's something you don't see very often. The visiting team, Shaw, is huddled up. I'm sure they're getting a little pep talk from Reggie Smith. It wasn't a great season for them, but they had a lot of young kids playing on their squad too. Maybe they can grow a little bit.
Okay, I'm looking for Parker, and I can't. I see a camera, but I don't see Parker.
Way back in the back on the 50. I see his brown hat.
Oh, now I do. Let's see.
He's pulling Hyro out of the crowd.
Pulling Hyro away from his parents? Okay, Parker, you down there?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, ask Hyro if he remembers I told him 1 was a special number. I needed to see something special tonight.
Jay Ferguson wants to know if you remember him telling you pregame that 1 is a special number.
I do. I definitely do.
Okay, so 2 interceptions, what? 3 touchdowns? 2 touchdowns?
Just 1.
Only one?
Only one? Just 1.
Just 1. Oh, I'm sorry, Hyro. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. I'm feeling great, man. Came out here. We just won this game. I don't know. I'm just happy right now, man. That's all.
So when you saw John go down, did you know that it was going to be you stepping in that role, or was that something you just found out today?
I did. I knew I was going to be the backup running back if John went down. But, yeah, send prayers to John. That's my guy.
All right, and then heading into next week, are you feeling good about the momentum? Everything getting set up?
I do. I feel like we got great confidence, great momentum going into that game, and I feel like that's what our team needs to win.
Parker,
all right.
Can you hear me? One last question.
One more thing.
We've talked all year. Ask him what he weighs.
Jay wants to know how much you weigh.
225.
Yeah. No.
Hold on, one more thing. How much do you squat?
3-something.
3-something.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, bud.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Hyro. 225, and it's all heart.
About 100 pounds of it, right?
That was a great answer.
Yeah.
And what a way to wrap up the season. For my guys on Club TV 20, for Joe Bach. For Terry Trout, although he's not here tonight, he is.
No, he's there somewhere down on the
Down,
field.
is he down on the field,
Yeah.
Joe? Terry? Okay, there he is. For Jaden Morales, who's down on the field with a camera. For Parker Capronica, who comes home for college to do this stuff. For my partner, Tom Bauer, this is Jay Ferguson reminding you all it is a great time to be a Titan.